Welcome to that typical one street in Australia, because we are still in that one street in Australia. And the Future Housing Task Force has been heavily involved in this one street for quite some time. So what you're seeing here is a very, very passionate one for me, because some 2 or 3 years ago, Doodney and I got together as part of this Future Housing Task Force and the Property Revolution with an idea. And the idea was based off the Hunger Games. And our idea was to select kids at random from Melbourne and Western Australia and all over the country. And the rules were they had to be between 18 and 22 years of age, have no money, preferably in debt, and guess what? They are. And from that, we were given 18 months with 25 mentors to turn them into property moguls. And this particular project you'll see here today is one of those Property Games students. But this one is more of the later ones. We called this mob the Magnificent Seven. They didn't like that, and they soon became the Guardians of the Galaxy, because guess what? Millennials will tell you what they want. You don't tell them what they want. So basically, after the Guardians of the Galaxy was born, we had 9 months to transform them with 25 mentors into property moguls. And this particular one is Liam. And Liam Turner has done 2 deals. He came second in the Property Games to Brooke, but in his placement, he took an inner city project, set a record price for a block with city views, and then popped out here to this typical one street in Australia, and he decided to do a 1:3.
This is the 1:3 subdivision that I'm doing, and it's now recently been completed. So we recently got titles here. So the project as a whole, it was a 2,000 square metre block, and we've cut off 2 blocks at the back, which are 500 roughly, and about 800 at the front. So we retained the front house and renovated that, and then we've got 2 dual key properties, which is very important to us to get that for sales to investors, and that has recently gone through. So it's been a really good experience so far.
Now, of course, to make that happen, he has to find the deal. He could let a box drop, he could do a number of things, but because we have the mentors in our group, we've got purchasers agents, we've got the whole lot. So with me again is Brendan. How you doing, Brendan?
Mate, hi.
So we asked Brendan to find this deal, and again, you found this deal.
Correct.
How much did you find it for?
High fives.
High fives? Again, high fives. What are you,
yeah.
high five? High five it is.
I'm going to start a band.
Oh, you got it. High five? High five. So basically high fives, but what do we hope to sell this one for?
I believe the house will go for early fives, or flat fives, and the 2 blocks are both under contract at 309.
Again, we're setting record prices.
Correct.
Not quite as high as the 315.
Correct.
But not bad.
Still very strong.
Pretty good. And again, that's an interesting thing. So Brendan's numbers on that would be selling it for 5, 2 blocks selling for another 300 and something each. So that's 5, 6 and 8, a bit over $1 million.
Correct.
Okay. So we know that we have to spend some money on that. And for those of you in my Property Revolution and the Future Housing Task Force, you'll be given all of the numbers, all of the feasibilities, all of the structure that goes through that. Because we do 3-day boot camps, as you know, and in those 3-day boot camps, obviously you've been through it, you're on my stage.
Yes.
And we talk about all those deals across Australia. So the reason we don't talk about what suburbs we're in is because we do this everywhere.